Getting jacked changes everything. I know I might look a bit small, but that's also because I'm a natural bodybuilder. But when I flex, you can really see getting jacked changes everything. And I believe that if I tell you what I know, you can at least improve your physique and you can guaranteed get bigger. I'm telling you, I only started training like this to get this within the last 17 days. I know it sounds ridiculous. I've been running for years, but I only started training like this for 17 days. And I want to tell you exactly what's happened, why I'm doing it, what results you can get from it, more importantly, and the difference that it's made in my life so you can know what change it's going to bring in your life. Now, firstly, let me just show you, before I talk about nonsense, let me show you my arms. Here you can see my arms, nice and big, my chest, and definitely abs when I flex, but not as pronounced when I don't flex. Now, I want to tell you what I've been doing. So, for years, ever since I was 12, I used to run every single day, 5 kilometers every day in the morning. It always started getting earlier, from 8 in the morning till 7, until I was eventually doing it at 5:30 in the morning, when the only light on the street were just those blank lampposts and the stars in the sky. And it taught me a lesson, not how to get big, but it taught me a lesson about discipline. If you want to embark on this journey to get bigger and get stronger, to be looking anything like this and even beyond, I wish you beyond, the first lesson you're going to have to learn, and you're going to have to encounter it, is discipline. The only way I got fitter with running was because I did it every single day. Now, I applied that same logic to doing weight training. Over the last 17 days, every single day without even missing, I've trained different muscle groups. If you're starting from ground zero, lesson number 1, and I've said it before, you gotta start with the muscle groups. So what I want you to do, and I don't want to give you a set formula, I'm going to tell you what I do. Every day I train a different muscle group. Monday, back and biceps. Tuesday, chest and triceps. Wednesday, I do my abs. Thursday, I do my legs. Last night, I know it wasn't Thursday, today's Wednesday. Last night was Tuesday night, but I decided to do legs. And after all these 17 days, I've gotten to the point last night where I didn't want to do it. I'm telling you, and you're going to encounter this. You don't want to train. But I said, stuff it, I'm going to do it. This is God giving me a test. And what's going to happen is God is going to bestow a test upon you. Not just me, upon you. He's going to come to you, and he's going to say, nah, don't train. It's going to be hard. There's no benefit to it. You're not getting any bigger. You're still small. Blah, 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 blah. All the mind talk. And if you cave in, you're not going to be able to change your own character, to forget about your own person, your old person, so you can upskill yourself and be that man that you so desperately want to be. And last night, I passed God's test. I can tell you right now, because I trained my legs harder than I've ever trained before. In fact, I did one more thing extra. You know, with iPhone, they give you a speech, one more thing, because you're always hoping for more. I passed his test, and guess what I did? I took my weights and I ran up and down those freaking stairs right there. Those freaking stairs. Up and down 1, up and down 2, up and down 3, 100 times. I might not be that massive, but sure as hell, my brain has that discipline. Step number 1, discipline. Step number 2, muscle groups every single day. But that's not going to get you far. Yeah, maybe you're going to get some more muscle, but you're still going to be small. And I don't think you're going to be jacked and large like you want to be like all these famous bodybuilders. And I'm not claiming that I'm freaking huge. No way, Jose. But I sure as hell do have a good enough physique to say, I'm doing this and this and this. You can get the same result if you do that. So you understand the first two. So now we're going to talk about the next. We talked about muscle groups. Every day, training something every single day. I don't care when you run out of muscle groups on the 4th day. Find something to do. It can be cardio. It can be eating meat so that your jaw muscles get larger. Or it could be walking up and down stairs just to train your calves, particularly. Doesn't matter. The third little fulcrum point, which is going to go from you being skinny to you being bigger, is food. And you're not going to believe this. Within the last 3 days, I had my very first protein shake. What do I mean by that? I don't mean these bloody smoothies where you take 100 grams of almonds and you put tons of oats and half a thing of peanut butter. That's nonsense. I had water and 3 scoops, 20 gram, 40 gram, 60 gram of protein. Now we need to ask ourselves before we embark on this diet journey of what we're going to eat. What did the cavemen do? Way back when, what did they do? All they did was they would hunt and run with spears, trying to hunt and catch their food. And that's where their muscles became strong. They built all that lean muscle. Now we have to carry weights and lift up heavy dumbbells and squat like you can't believe, because we aren't living that lifestyle. Maybe you're in labor in a third world developing country like I am. I'm in a third world developing country. I'm packing boxes the whole day. So you know what? Maybe that would help you to build muscle. But if you're in a civilized place like the UK, the US, something like that, I doubt that you're doing much manual labor on a day-to-day basis. Now we extrapolate that to diet. When we were eating, we would have those soft raw meats, making our jaw muscles strong. We would eat nuts and berries. None of these preservatives, no aspartame, sweetener, nonsense. I don't even want to swear here. On all the food from McDonald's to KFC to even canned beans. Can you believe it? Canned beans and grains have preservatives in them. And it's not just preservatives, it's all the things that go with it. How they add excess salt and excess sugar. And these things are killing you. Which is perhaps why protein powder and these sorts of amino acid shakes aren't that bad. Because we need to supplement our diets just like we need to train with weights. Ever since I had those protein powders, ever since I've started to focus on eating more and more and more, I'm just getting bigger and bigger. And that's allowing me to push harder and get more and more muscle. So yes, you can train, you can do all the muscle groups, you can have the discipline, but the most important thing, if not the most important thing, above all of it, is diet. And I explained before how it's like that fulcrum point. That diet is crucial. And what way to calculate it is that you can need to find out how much protein to have every day. I've worked it out. It's basically lean body mass, but there's a whole formula to find it out. I basically need, at my weight, 70 kg, approximately 154 grams of protein. And just as a side note, if you want to get that protein quick sticks, each little egg and a small little shell egg within the shell, yolk and whites, is 6 grams. So last night, for example, I had 5 eggs. That's 30 grams of protein. That's a lot. And then I also had a protein shake, and I had a bit of fruit with it, and I put some oats and I put some macadamia nut butter, even though I was just going to have it plain. And that's how I'm getting my protein, which is at least allowing me to build some muscle. When I was training cycling, we had a school cycling tour, which I've spoken at length about. 500 kilometers, hundreds of miles. And it was going to be spread over a very short period of 5 days. I've said this many times. You're not going to believe it. I became so vascular. See the veins? Yes, my forearms are bigger now. But the vascularity was as if I was borderline skinny. You have obese, too fat, but too lean. I don't even want to say it. I was actually getting anorexic. Okay? Because I wasn't eating enough and doing endless cardio. So yeah, doing all the running every day when I was 12, fine. But that's so much cardio burning all this excess fat. Yeah, maybe I have a little bit of a layer of fat, but that fat is allowing me now to put on the muscle and get jacked. You know, a lot of these guys do it. They eat so much a day. Have you ever seen these cheat meals of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and other people who aren't on the steroids? Yes, man. These guys have sundaes, chocolate sundaes, ice cream for thousands of calories, not kilojoules, calories. And then what they do is they train because that allows them to put on so much muscle. And once they get to this point where they're happy with all the muscle, then they cut and then they look lean and ripped and shredded but big. That's how you can get jacked and how getting jacked has changed your life. Now here's the part that you've been looking for. First, I wanted to tell you how to get jacked. If you watch this video up till now, and I know that you're the kind of guy who did, I believe in you that you will get jacked and you will get at least stronger, like I'm getting a little bit stronger. Don't you want to get at least these results and plus more? If you have more dedication and more discipline than even me, which I believe you do. Okay, so I believe that you're going to do. Now let me tell you the results. Within 17 days, I've gone from being someone who people don't care about to someone who has even a tiny bit of aura. I was speaking to 2 guys who work at the school, and like this, I was able to speak and make them laugh. My ability to be social has increased, skyrocketed through the roof. The respect that I'm shown from other women, and which is very interesting, is a receptionist at the school who I often ask. I say, "Ma'am, please may I have a cup of coffee? Please may I have a cup of tea?" Instead of just waiting 5 minutes, waiting 20 minutes and not getting the coffee and then having to ask again, now that receptionist, and I know that I don't want to seem rude or anything that I'm asking her to make a cup of coffee. She offers to make it, right? Let me be honest with you. But instead of having me wait, now she say, "Yes, I'm going to be right onto that. Thank you so much." And it's small little things. It's like the respect, even though I'm still young and I'm still 17. Literally, I'm a kid. But like the respect when I walk into a room and I sit down, if I'm not speaking, if I'm in a mood, I'm not forced or pressured to speak. It's small, tiny little subtle nuances when it comes to respect with other people. When I speak and I talk, people are listening a little bit more. There's a little bit more respect. There's a sense of authority that I carry, even to a tiny little bit more of an extent. But it's a beautiful thing. When I speak, people listen. When I used to speak when I was younger, no one cared. To a point, people still don't care, but more than they did before. Because I've got something to show from it. First, I stopped thinking like an idiot. Now I'm on my mission to stop looking like an idiot. These are a few of the benefits. Respect, authority, beautiful things. And again, it comes with me being respectful to people and not overstepping their boundaries or even my boundaries. But at the end of the day, these small little things where people seem to be more helpful, people seem to listen, is definitely something that's part and parcel of getting stronger and being a protector, known as someone who can carry the fort and look after. I know that getting jacked can change your life, because getting jacked changed my life. And I wish you well, my king. I know you can do it. Let's get to work. Let's get to work now.